Reach to the triple chain, and welcome to all the devotees who are attending here as well as people who are attending online. And this is also, we are happy to announce that the first time here we have started the online facility. So we are going live on Facebook, that's our YouTube, and we'll be having every Sunday discourse as usual here on the Vihara, and we'll also go live on YouTube. And subsequently, we'll also come with meditation and other online programs. We have recently set it up, this facility, online facility, with the support of some generous donors, especially our Great Upasaka, Mr. K.K. Rajaji, and some other devotees, and also from some support from Visnananda Bhanteji from Sri Lanka. And so we have been able to set it up, but initially we'll have some difficulties because of sometimes internet issues or sometimes some mic audio issues like that, but gradually we'll learn and get better. And so we are happy that because many people who are unable to attend for some reason, now they can have access to Dhamma discourse and meditation and all these programs online. And of course, it is also, it will be wonderful if lay devotees can visit the Vihara on time in the program. But if they are unable to for some reason, so they can always attend online. And we'll also, you can also subscribe to our Mahabodhi Buddha Vihara YouTube channel, so that whenever we are conducting some Dhamma activities, some programs, chanting, meditation, and other programs, and also some of these festivals, so you'll be able to join us and participate. If you are unable to come for some reason, unable to be physically present here. So on this wonderful occasion, we will start with a short meditation. So all of you sit comfortably. Let your mind be peaceful. If your sitting posture is not comfortable, then you can adjust your sitting posture. Just let your body be relaxed and also mind be relaxed. Let your mind be at ease. Whatever happens on this body, whatever feelings you may experience, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral, neither pleasant nor, let those feelings be. Let the body be as it is. You just be aware that these are the feelings on this body, not my feelings. If they were my feelings, then I could change them. I could make the unpleasant ones pleasant. But that is not possible. So we let the feelings be. As it is, not trying to change it. Heaviness or lightness, heat or cold, or any kind of sensation that may be felt on this body. Let those things be. Similarly, we let all kinds of mental emotions, thoughts, ideas, feelings, satisfactory feelings or dissatisfactory feelings, whatever it is, we let them be. We don't try to change them. We let the mental feelings be as it is. We let the bodily feelings be as it is. We don't struggle with anything. We don't struggle with the past. We don't struggle with the future. We just know this body as it is now. We just know the mind as it is now. Not trying to change anything. No matter how good or bad it is, we are not trying to change. When we are not struggling, our mind can be peaceful. When our mind is peaceful, then we can stay with our breath, breathing in and breathing out. We are just aware of the in-breath and out. Whatever the breath is, long breath or short breath, fast or slow, doesn't matter. We just observe it as it is. If our mind, if our awareness has moved away from the breath, then we just know that this is not with the breath. This is not with breathing in and out, and then go back to breathing in and out. Go back to the awareness of in breath and out breath. This peaceful mind radiate the thoughts of loving kindness towards yourself first. May I be peaceful and happy. May I live easily. May I keep progressing on the path of Dhamma. May I attain to Nibbana. Similarly, radiate the thoughts of loving kindness, thoughts of goodwill towards all living beings in this entire universe, far or near, known or unknown, whether at this human realm or at any other realm. May all living beings be peaceful and happy. May all living beings live easily. May all living beings progress on the path of Dhamma. May all living beings attain to Nibbana. Now, with these thoughts of goodwill towards yourself and towards all living beings, you may gently open your eyes. So that was a short meditation, which you can practice at home and gradually develop your mind. By knowing sincerely, again and again, we can understand the nature of our mind, the nature of the happiness as well as suffering. So, how it arises, how we can stop all these themes arising of suffering, and the ending of it also can be found within our own mind, not outside. But before we develop this kind of wisdom about the nature of suffering, we must have the right kind of mindset, right kind of approach towards our own lives. And there are certain things that the Supreme Buddha has told us to contemplate upon, to reflect upon again, which gives us the right mindset. For example, there are these 5 thoughts which Lord Buddha has told, whether the monks or the lay people, to contemplate again and again. 5 types of, 5 realities, 5 realities of our lives, which should be reflected upon every day, again and again. One is, we are subject to aging. If we look at ourselves, our body is not the same. It changes every day. When we were small children, it was one way. When then we started growing up, it started changing. And then as we keep on growing up, and then coming to the middle age, and coming to the old age, then it keeps on changing. That's the nature of the body, the aging. And the most important thing about the aging is not something that happens to all people. There is a misconception amongst almost all the people in this world that aging is something connected with the old people. That is wrong idea. That is absolutely wrong idea. Aging is decaying. The fact that we are born and growing is the sign of decay. It's a 1-day-old baby, and then it becomes a 2-day-old baby, and 3 days. So it's basically changing and decaying. And there is only one direction that it goes on. Only one direction the beings go. We human beings go only in the direction of death. As we grow older and older, we do not reflect, but as we grow older and older, we go closer and closer to the death. It's inevitable. Your life is 1 day short. You are 1 day old, your life is 1 day short. You are 10 years old, your life is 10 years short. You are 50 years old, your life is 50 years short. 50 years is gone, reduced from your lifespan. This is aging. So aging is something that happens to everybody, even the newborn baby. The fact that the body is changing and growing closer and closer to death, this is aging. This happens to all the people. Even the baby in the mother's womb. This is the nature of this body, changing, and this change is aging, decay, gradually decaying. So when the decay is too much, when people become 60, 70, 80 years of age, then people say, oh, so and so is weak in the body. But then this weakness, this decay hasn't come in a single day, that we must reflect upon. It hasn't come in a single day, it hasn't come overnight. It has come from the moment we were born, this decay started. Just like you buy a new car. You buy a new car and you start driving. But then when the car is new and it runs fast, you do not realize that the car is also decaying. After 6 months, you need servicing. After 1 year, again, you need servicing. You keep on doing this servicing thing. But then, do you reflect? The car is under the process of decay, change. Same with this body. It is made up of these 4 elements: solidity, liquid, the solid things, liquid, gas, and the temperature, heat. That's all this body is all about. It has come together, and everybody looks different. Why does everybody look different? Because everybody's actions are different. The actions which has caused us to be reborn here are different. That's why we look different. That's why our bodily constitution is different. That's why our bodily functions are different, not same. So, supported by law of karma, that actions we have done, and also the kind of life we have, the kind of mental state we have, the amount, our food intake, all these things, our food intake, our mental state, all these things condition the body presently, and also coming from the past, our actions that we have done. All these things are conditioning the body. It is conditioning and changing it every day. And then when the time comes, it breaks down. So, decay, aging is the nature of this body. And we are of the nature of decay. We should contemplate. People who are not considering this aren't quite living wisely, because they think they are going to be forever young. Those unwise people don't understand. There is nothing called a young age. It's just a process of change. The young age is a process of change. Old age is a process of change. These are just process of change, process of decay. Decay of these 4 elements. So first contemplation is about the nature of decay with regard to ourselves. I am subject to decay. I have not gone beyond it. I'm subject to decay. Second is, our Buddha says, I'm subject to sickness. When this decay, when this change is taking place, when we reflect, then today or tomorrow some sickness is going to come. Isn't it normal? Now people are shouting and screaming, the corona has come. As if there was no sickness before this. As if there will be no sickness after this. That's not the case, right? That's surely not the case. There were many sicknesses, and in future also there will be many new types of sicknesses, and also the old sickness will continue. So what is the big deal? Sickness is the nature of the body. To be sick is natural. People say we should be healthy, but if this body, if you have a car, if you have a house, some days the house, when it is new or strong, sometimes when there is heavy rainfall or wind or something, you are safe inside the house. But when house has undergone some change, some years, wear and tear, then there may be some leakage somewhere. Isn't it normal? Then how can you say the same thing wouldn't happen to this body? Is it possible that we can say like this, that this will not be subject to sickness? If good health is normal, sickness is equally normal. As normal as good health. This people do not consider. Sickness and good health are just opposite sides of each other. If these 4 elements that the body is made of, if these 4 elements are there, will these 4 elements be always balanced? Or at some time there will be some imbalance here and there? The solidity, liquidity, gas and heat. Will they always be in balance? They cannot be. Sometimes they will be in balance because of food or our lifestyle, or maybe because of certain actions that we have done, or this kind of mental state we develop, unwholesome mental states. So this will condition these 4 elements and the sickness will appear. It is as normal as good health. To be healthy and to be sick are equally normal things. To be unhealthy is nothing unusual in this world. Absolutely nothing unusual. Because that's the nature of this body. So when people cry and lament saying we are sick, They don't understand that this is the nature of this body. It was always like this, always subject to sickness, and it has appeared, that's all. Just like you buy a mobile phone or anything, it runs for some time and then it starts hanging once in a while, starts lagging, and then it starts breaking down, starts shutting down at times. Then when people buy the phone, they expect the phone not to lag, but eventually it will lag. They expect the phones not to malfunction, but eventually it will malfunction. Isn't it simple? Have they ever made a device which doesn't malfunction, which doesn't lag, which will always function as new as ever? Have they ever made a device? It is not there. It doesn't happen. Same thing with this body. It doesn't happen. Sickness is the nature of this body. We are subject to sickness. We are not gone beyond the sickness. And then death. Where will it go? Like this, in this big city. People living, millions and millions of people, and also in villages, and also in other cities and villages and towns and everywhere, millions of people in this world. If you ask them, they say, where are you going? They say, oh, I'm going to this place, I'm going to that place, I'm going to do this, after that I'm going to do that. But those people, those unwise people do not really understand, do not really reflect on this, that they are all going towards only death. All of these people sitting here are going to die. All the people sitting outside the hall are going to die. All of these people living in this great city are going to die. All the people, all the beings living in this world are going to die. As simple as that. There is not an iota of doubt. Nobody can change. Who can change? Who has changed? Who can change? Because the nature of this body is to break down. It is decaying. It is subject to sickness. Someday it will break down. Fully break down. Initially it will partially break down once in a while. We'll call it sickness. Then it will fully break down. Then we call it dead body. As simple as that. Fully break down. Then we call it out. It's a dead body. But that's the four elements broken down. Cannot support anymore. There's four elements. Go to four elements. When people die, what happens? Why do we make a fuss of this death? What goes out? Breath goes out. They stop breathing. So the air element has gone out first. And then heat goes out. Body becomes cold. Heat element has gone out. Then body starts decomposing. The water element goes out. And then finally, if it has sufficiently decomposed or burned, then the solid element also goes out. So the four elements goes back to the four elements. All living beings. Same. No big deal. White people, black people, brown people, living here, living somewhere else, rich people, poor people, it's all the same. It's all these four elements, that's all. We did not make a fuss about it. We did not say this, I am so and so, I am so special about. There's nothing special about you. Nothing special, absolutely, because it's just these four elements. That's the nature of it. So death. So we should contemplate, I am subject to death, I am not going beyond this. And then we are also subject, when we undergo this change, then we are, what we are experiencing, separation. Sabbehi nepihi manapehi nam bhav vina bhavoti. We have to be separated from other people. If we die, we are separated from our other people, simple. Or if other people die, they are separated from us, simple. That's the nature. No? And I have never seen, surprisingly, people, of course, they say they are close and dear relatives. Dearest relatives, they say. But I have never seen a case where after death, they say, oh, keep the dead body here. He was my dearest relative. Therefore, let the body be here. If it rots, if it gets putrid, let it be here in this house. Nobody says like this. Nobody says like this. They say, no, 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 okay, okay, now take it away, take it away. Nobody has ever kept the dead body. Nobody likes to keep it also, no matter how close the person was. See? But then we should contemplate. This is going to be the nature of, for all of us have to face this. If we are going towards death, all of us, each one of us are going towards the death, then separation is normal. We have to be separated from people, or either we'll be separated from them or they will be separated from us. That's normal. Nothing abnormal about it. So we should contemplate that we have to be separated from others one day, gradually, one by one. And the fifth contemplation is that we are subject to our actions. Whatever actions we do, good or bad, whatever actions we do, good or bad, the results come to us. We'll be inheriting the results. The results will come back to us. The consequence, the result will come to us, not to other people. If you do something, the result will come to us. If you write the exam, the result comes to you. No? It doesn't go to your friend. It doesn't go to your relative. It doesn't go to anybody else. The result is given to you. Then if you do the actions, how can the results go to somebody else? Your actions, your karma, your results. So whatever actions we do, good or bad, we will only inherit those results. This also is another contemplation. Therefore, we must refrain from anything that isn't right, that isn't proper. So these 5 contemplations, Lord Buddha said, all should contemplate, all should reflect upon, whether monks or lay people, men or women, all should contemplate this. Avinnam Paccavekkhitappam, and should contemplate again and again, because this is the nature, aging and the sickness and death and separation and consequence of our actions. This is something that happens to all of us. This is something that is universal, not something we can change or do anything about it. So this, if we contemplate about aging, then we are not arrogant about young age. When we have youth, when you have young age, we are not arrogant about it. We know this has come, this is just a process of change. We shouldn't be arrogant about it. And when we experience the older and older age, we will not have suffering, thinking, oh, now I have become old. Now I cannot do this, I cannot do that. We will not have suffering for this as well. If we contemplate about sickness, then which is the nature of this body, then if we have sickness at a later time, we wouldn't suffer, we wouldn't suffer mentally at least. If we have the body which is sick, we can still keep the mind healthy. We can let the body be as it is. We can let the body be sick, but we can let the mind not be sick. There was an old person at the time of Lord Buddha. He was one of his very faithful devotees, lay person, Upasaka. He used to visit. When he was old, he went to Lord Buddha once, and Lord Buddha told him, lay devotee, now at your age, it is not quite possible that you will have good health. But it is possible that your mind will still be good enough, strong enough, happy. So let your body be sick, but let your mind not be sick. So that's the contemplation about the sickness and death. Everybody dies. When people die, I understand people have attachments to their families and members and this and that, but the way they behave as if nobody in this whole universe hasn't died, and they have never seen anybody dying. And it's the first time their only relative has done. And the funny part is they don't even keep the dead body with them. They just want them to be taken away. After trying, they say, take it away. What is the use of all this? This is unwise. But then people do unwise things easily. Because there are more unwise people and less wise people in this world. So that's about it. And then about the separation. Because when we are supposed to be separated from other people. When I was a young boy, maybe 16 or 17 years of age, then it came to me that I have seen some people dying in my family, my grandmother and my grandfather and my cousin brother and some of the people I have seen at a young age dying. But then it used to come to me, oh, is it, of course, as young people, they don't really consider the death. But then I contemplated, oh, is it going to be the case with other people also? Is it going to be the case with my own parents as well? And then I went, asked my father, mother, and yes, they said, yes, everybody dies. This is normal. Everybody dies. Nobody is going to live forever. Then I was a little bit shocked for some time. I was quite young, maybe 15, 16 years of age. But then gradually the wisdom came to me. That is natural. It happens to all the people. So then that fear of death, oh, my father will die, my mother will die, that went away. It never came. So when my father died later on, much later of course, when my father died, I knew that was supposed to be. Tomorrow or another day, my mother will surely die. She is also subject to death, so she will surely die. And I will not have suffering for it. I know I have taught her what is right. I have given her the right teachings. I have tried to help her with the Dhamma. So I'm happy about it. Whatever my duty as a good son, I have done. But I wouldn't grieve about my mother's death. I did not grieve about my father's death. I will not grieve about my mother's death. I know that is the nature of all living beings. What is the exceptional thing about my parents? Aren't they supposed to die? They are also supposed to die. My father died. My mother will also die. And it is natural. So I will have suffering for it. I will know this is the nature of all things. When other people die, I will have the same feelings. And then the law of action. If we are wary of our actions, if we really want to improve our life, then we should improve our actions, because life is nothing but actions, good or bad. If you really want to improve our lives, then we must improve our actions. There's no way of improving life without improving our actions. So we must contemplate, oh, whatever good or bad I do, I will only inherit. If I do bad, I will only inherit. If I do good, I will only inherit. It will come back to me. Then we can cultivate the good actions, avoid the bad ones. These 5 things, when we contemplate again and again, then it is of great benefit. Then our mind will be rightly placed. Our mind will have wisdom. Our mind will not have arrogance. Our mind will not have ignorance. Our mind will not have all kinds of wrong views and rubbish. Rubbish, yes, that's the word. Rubbish. People keep rubbish in their mind and then they say, I have suffering. But that's the thing. But who kept rubbish on their minds? They themselves are responsible for that rubbish. They don't clean. If you have a trash can, you have to clean it repeatedly. Every alternate day or every day like that. But you don't keep your mental trash can. You don't clean it and then you say there is a lot of garbage there and it is not good, it is stinking, it is bad. Who's supposed to take care of it? Other people aren't. So when we have these contemplations, when you contemplate them again and again, then we can remove a lot of unnecessary rubbish, unnecessary things. Our mind can be at ease. Our mind can have wisdom. Our kind mind can have right view. So this much we offer to you for your contemplation, for your practice, and may you reflect upon them, and may you have deeper understanding of the nature of the body and the mind, and deeper understanding of our life, and may you continue to grow in Dhamma, and may you continue to progress and attain to the supreme place of Nibbana. So, if you have any questions, you may ask. Online. So, if you don't have any question, then we'll continue now with the chanting. Sukhi Bhave. So we conclude here, and we'll have the program as every Sunday. So next Sunday again 6 o'clock, and we'll also be going live, and subsequently we'll be starting with our meditations, online meditations. So if you are interested, then you can contact. You can take the number, and then later on you can contact, and you will be notified about all the programs here. So we'll conclude.
Thank you. Big Lisa.